जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तविंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तविंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तविंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is 17th of May. It is Saturday. It is a Jyeshta Masa or Trivikrama Masa, Krishna Paksham, and the Panchami Tithi. So there is one Vaishnava event today in the calendar. So that is the disappearance day of Sri Ramananda Raya. Very auspicious day. He is the close associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we shall read some informative pastimes about Ramananda Raya. Can you request Santa Mataji to read these pastimes, please?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु। 500 years ago, in the district of Puri, in the village of Bentapur, adjacent to Brahmagiri, Alalnath, there lived a great devotee named Bhavananda Rai. Bhavananda had 5 sons, the eldest of which was Ramananda. Descendants of his family line are known as Chaudhary Pattanayaka. It is said that Lord Chaitanya visited the birthplace of Ramananda in Alalnath every year. Ramananda was the governor of East and West Godavari and a minister of King Pratap Rudra, a great statesman of that period. Ramananda was also a poet and a scholar. When Bhavananda met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord embraced him and said, "Formerly you appeared as Pandu, and your 5 sons appeared as the 5 Pandavas." The 5 sons of Bhavananda Rai were Ramananda Rai, Pattanayaka Gopinath, Kalanidhi, Sudhanidhi, and Nayaka Vaninath. The Go, Gauranga, the uh, Gauranga Nadesha Deepika 120 to 124 states that Ramananda Rai was Arjuna in his past incarnation. He was also considered to have been an incarnation of Gopi Lalita, although in the opinion of others he was an incarnation of Vishakha Devi. He was a most confidential devotee of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya said, "Although I am a sannyasi, my mind is sometimes perturbed when I see a woman. But Ramananda Rai is greater than me, for he is always undisturbed, even when he touches a woman." Only Ramananda Rai was able to act in this way. No one should imitate him. Unfortunately, there are rascals who imitate the activities of Ramananda Rai. In Lord Chaitanya's final pastimes, both Ramananda Rai and Swarup Damodar were always engaged in reciting suitable verses from Srimad Bhagavatam to pacify the Lord in his ecstatic feelings of separation from Krishna. When Lord Chaitanya was about to leave for South India, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya advised him to meet Ramananda Rai, for he declared that there was no devotee as advanced in understanding the conjugal love of Krishna and the gopis. While touring South India, Lord Chaitanya met Ramananda on the bank of Godavari. They had a long discourse in which the Lord took the role of a student and Ramananda Rai instructed the Lord. Lord Chaitanya concluded this discourse by saying, "My dear Ramananda Rai, both you and I are madmen, and therefore we met intimately on equal level." Lord Chaitanya advised Ramananda Rai to resign from his government post and come back to Jagannath Puri to live with him. He was Ramananda Rai who it was Ramananda Rai who tactfully arranged a meeting between Lord Chaitanya and King Pratap Rudra of Orissa. Ramananda Rai was present when Lord performed water sports after the Rath Yatra festival. Lord Chaitanya considered Ramananda Rai and Sanatan Goswami to be equal in their renunciation, for although Rai was a grihastha engaged in government service and Sanatan Goswami was in renounced order of complete detachment from material activities, and they were both servants of Supreme Personality of Godhead and kept Krishna in the center of all their activities. Ramananda Rai was the three the 3.5 personality with whom Lord Chaitanya discussed most confidential topics of Krishna consciousness. Lord Chaitanya advised Pradyumna Mishra to learn the science of Krishna from Ramananda Rai. As Subala always assisted Krishna in dealing with Radharani in Krishna Leela, so Ramananda Rai assisted Lord Krishna in his feelings of separation from Krishna. Ramananda Rai was the author of Jagannath Ballava Nataka. In Ishwar Das's Chaitanya Bhagavat, uh, A.B. Mohanty, Utkal University, a comprehensive description is given of Lord Chaitanya's relationship with Ramananda Rai. After hearing speak, Ramananda Rai speak about the essence of prema bhakti, Lord Chaitanya, with tears in his eyes and overwhelmed with emotion, warmly embraced Ramananda. In the Gur Bhakti Gita of Achyutananda Das, Utkal University, Volume 3, Chapter um, something, page 176, the author describes Ramananda as Vishakha, which is supported by Swarup, Varnan of Rupa Goswami, preserved in Utkal University Library Catalogue number 382, and Chaitanya Ganodesha of Sadashiv Kaviraj, preserved in Orissa State Museum. Lord Chaitanya's discourses with Ramananda Rai are fully described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. First of all, Srila Ramananda Rai enunciated the system of Varnashram institution. He recited various verses about karma, karmaparna, stating that everything should be dedicated to the Lord. He then spoke of detached action, knowledge mixed with devotional service, and finally the spontaneous loving service of the Lord. After hearing Ramananda Rai recite some verses, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the principle of pure devotional service devoid of all kinds of speculation. After this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Ramananda Rai to explain the higher platform of devotional service. Then Srila Ramananda Rai explained unalloyed devotional service, a love of Godhead, serving the Lord with pure servitude, as well as in fraternity and paternal love. Finally, he speaks of serving the Lord in conjugal love. He then spoke of how conjugal love. Sorry, Prabhu, it's lost. He then spoke. Yeah. He then spoke of how conjugal love is developed in various ways. This conjugal love attains its highest perfection in Srimati Radharani's love for Krishna. He next described the position of Srimati Radharani and the transcendental mellows of Lord love of God. Srila Ramananda Rai then recited one verse of his own concerning the platform of ecstatic vision, technically called Prema Bhakti, technically called Prema Vilasa Vivarta. Srila Ramananda Rai has also explained that all stages of conjugal love can be attained through the mercy of the residents of Vrindavan, especially by the mercy of the gopis. All these subject matters were thus vividly described. BMO, page 91 to 92. The meeting of Lord Chaitanya and Srila Ramananda Rai is further described in GPC. After bathing in river Godavari, Lord walked a little distance from the bathing place and engaged in chanting the holy name of Krishna. At that time, accompanied by the sounds of music, Ramananda Rai came there mounted on a palanquin to take his bath. Many Brahmanas, following the Vedic principles, accompanied Ramananda Rai. According to the Vedic rituals, Ramananda Rai took bath and offered oblations to his forefathers. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could understand that that the person who came to bathe in the river was Ramananda Rai. Lord wanted so much to meet him that his mind immediately began running after him. Although Lord was running after him mentally, he patiently remained sitting. Ramananda Rai, seeing the wonderful sannyasi, then came to see him. Srila Ramananda Rai then saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as brilliant as 100 suns. The Lord was covered by saffron garment. He was large in body and very strongly built, and his eyes were like lotus petals. When Ramananda Rai saw the wonderful sannyasi, he was struck with wonder. He went to him and immediately offered his respectful obeisances, falling down like a rod. The Lord stood up and asked Ramananda Rai to arise and chant the holy name of Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then inquired whether he was Ramananda Rai, and he replied, "Yes, I am your very low servant and I belong to the Sudra community." The Lord then embraced him very firmly. Indeed, both the master and servant almost lost consciousness due to ecstatic love. After composing themselves, they sat down, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya has spoken of your good qualities, and he has made a great endeavor to convince me to meet you. It is very good that even without making an effort, I have your interview gotten your interview here. Ramananda Rai replied, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya thinks of me as his servant. Even in my absence, he is very careful to do good to do me good. By his mercy I have received your interview here. Consequently, I consider that today I have become a successful human being. I can see that you have bestowed special mercy upon Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Therefore, you have touched me, although I am untouchable. This is due only to his love for you. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan Himself, and I am only a government servant interested in materialistic activities. Indeed, I am the lowest among men of the fourth caste. You do not fear the Vedic injunction stating that you should not associate with a Shudra. You were not contemptuous of my touch, although in the Vedas you are forbidden to associate with Sudras. At this time, a Brahmana Vaishnava came and invited the Lord for lunch, and after arranging to meet Ramananda Rai again later, the Lord departed. After finishing his evening bath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat down and waited for Ramananda Rai to come. Then Ramananda Rai, accompanied by his servant, came to meet him. He offered his respectful obeisances, and the Lord embraced him. Then they both began to discuss Krishna in a secluded place for the entire night. After the next evening, Sri Ramananda Rai visited Mahaprabhu and paid obeisance, and Mahaprabhu fondly embraced him and began questioning him as follows. Question. What is the best education among all kinds of learning? Devotion of Krishna is by far the best learning. Question. What is the achievement of a living being? Answer. The best glory is to take the post of servant of Sri Radha and Krishna. Question. What is the best religion of a living being? Answer. Love of Radha Govinda is the best religion. Question. Which creature suffers the most? Answer. A devotee who is suffering due to separation from the Lord. Question. Who is most liberated? Who is the most liberated person? Answer. One who loves Krishna is the most renounced person. Question. Which is the best song? Answer. Songs about the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Question. What is the greatest well-being for a living entity? Answer. This association of Krishna's devotees. Question. What is the only thing to remember? Answer. Krishna's name, beauty, and qualities. Question: what is the only object of meditation? Answer: the lotus feet of Radha Govinda. Question: what is the best place for a living entity to reside? Answer: the place where Krishna's pastimes are performed. Question: what is the best thing to hear? Answer: the loving pastimes of Radha Govinda. Question: what is the only subject matter for a living entity to sing? Answer: the name of Radha Govinda. Question: what is the fate of a person who has worldly desires and of a man who desires liberation? Answer: animate body and celestial body. What is the question: what is the characteristics of a devotee and of a knowledgeable person? Answer: a so-called intelligent person who is like a crow, eats the fruit of wisdom from the bitter neem tree, whereas the devotee is like a cuckoo who drinks the nectar of love. Gradually, Ramananda Rai could understand the position of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and when the Lord exhibited his real form, Ramananda Rai fell unconscious. The Lord then requested Ramananda Rai, now there is no confidential activity unknown to you. Keep all these secret all keep all these talks a secret. Please do not expose them anywhere and everywhere. Since my activities appear to be like those of a madman, people may take them lightly and laugh. Therefore, both of us are on the same platform. The next day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu begged Ramananda Rai to give his permission to live, and at the time of farewell, the Lord gave him the following orders: give up all material engagements and come to Jagannath Puri. I will return there very soon after finishing my tour and pilgrimage. The two of us shall remain together at Jagannath Puri and happily pass our time discussing Krishna. Later, with the permission of King Pratap Rudra, Ramananda Rai went to Puri. Later, Swarup Damodar uh, was the dearmost Swa- sh- uh, Swarup Damodar was the dearmost friend of Ramananda Rai. Having written the dramas of the pastimes of Krishna, Ramananda had them performed before Shri Jagannath Dev by the Devdasis of the temple. Sri Ramananda Rai died after the disappearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Ramananda Rai ki jai, Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful pastime, Prabhu. Thank you for giving me opportunity to read. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. So it's a very beautiful, and Ramanandra is a very exalted devotee and also associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he is said to be either Lalita or Vishaka, and also he is Arjuna in Krishna's pastimes. Okay, so that's why reading about devotees is most auspicious and fortunate to hear about them. Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, that is from the events perspective. So we shall now move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Uddhava is remembering uh, Krishna's pastimes and speaking to Vidura. So all his pastimes are so beautiful and wonderful. So that even Ramanandra was also mentioning, one has to remember Krishna, his qualities and his pastimes. So yesterday he was mentioning about the Krishna's humble position in front of Ugrasena. Ugrasena is sitting on a throne and Krishna is to go and stand in front of Ugrasena and saying that, okay, my dear Lord, this is the updates today, like that. And what can we do for you? And also, my dear Lord, so you just rule all of us. Likewise, Krishna is to say to uh, Ugrasena, Tattasya kainkaryam alambrutarno विग्लापयति अंग यद उग्रसेनम तिष्ठन्निषन्नं परमेष्टि दिष्णे न्यबोधयद्धेव निधारयेति Even though all the people of this either material world or spiritual world, they're all kinkaras, they are the brutyas of the Lord. But still, but here, even though everyone are servant of the Lord, here Lord is standing in front of Ugrasena very humbly, Tattasya Kainkaryam, and he is asking, Mighty Lord, what can I do? So this is Nyabhodaya Deva Nidharayeti. So please listen to it. Listen to updates today. Likewise, Krishna is to say, and likewise Buddha is remembering. So another pastime is remembering about the pastime of uh, Potana. This is very important verse and so beautiful verse. This verse is also when Vyasadeva uh, Sukadeva Goswami has left the home. In order to bring home, Vyasadeva has sent his disciples to bring Sukadeva Goswami home. So at that time, he instructed his disciples that you just sing these verses in such a way that Sukadeva is going to hear these verses and then he will be attracted to Krishna and then he will come home. So tactically, Vyasadeva has sent disciples. This shloka is one of those. One is the Baraha Pidam Natavaravu Karnayo Karnikaram, that verse. And here this is Aho Bakiyam Stanakalakotam. So these are very beautiful verses that Vyasadeva disciples they sang while Sukadeva Goswami was hearing. Okay, so here Uddhava is remembering. So when Krishna was a child in the lap of Yashoda Mata, so at that time Putana, the demoness, she has come in such a way to kill Krishna by poisoning Krishna to kill him with the intention of kill him. But even though she has come, but she just acted in the motherly position, Krishna has taken her life. However, because he sees only the good side of Putana, that is, she acted like a mother. So he has given a position of Dhatri in the abode of the Lord. And so he is such a compassionate and merciful Lord. And who else is there to take shelter of? Is there any person to take shelter of better than Krishna? Likewise, Uddhava is remembering Krishna. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, second chapter, verse number 23. This is very, very important and kindly try to remember this shloka and practice again and again. Try to remember again and again every day. Try to sing this shloka. अहो बकीयं स्तनकालकूटं जिगांसया अपायद् अपि असाध्वीं लेभे गतिं दात्र्युजितां ततोऽन्यं कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम अहो बकीयं स्तनकालकूटं अहो alas Baki is the she demon Putana and also Bakiyam also a sister of Bakasura. Aho Bakiyam Stanakalakotam and Stana is the of her breast. Kalakotam is the deadly poison. Kalakotam. So Kalakota is also mentioned like in the past time of Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu gave Kalakota to Prahlad to drink and die, asking his son to drink this poison and die. But Prahlad Maharaj taken. But here, such kind of poison she has applied on her breast, Putana. Aho bakiyam stanakala kotam, jigamsaya, jigams out of enviousness, jigamsaya, apayed, and apayed. So she is nourished, api asadbhi, and she is unfaithful. She is unfaithful. She is actually disguised in the beautiful form of a woman and trying to approach Krishna to give, even though her original form is the demoness body, very fearful and demoness and huge body, but she has disguised. This demoness has got a tricks that she can change her forms. So she came in a beautiful form with a intention to kill out of enviousness. Jigamsaya apayayad Apayat. So Api Asadvi, she is Asadvi, unfaithful woman. Asadvi. And what did Krishna did? Even though she has given that poisonous milk to Krishna, Lebhe gatim datri ujitam tatonyam. Lebhe gatim. And Krishna has given the destination. Lebhe gatim, that Putana has achieved. Gatim, that destination. Dhatri uchitam, just suitable for the nurse. Lebhe gatim datri uchitam. Tatonyam, beyond tataha, beyond whom, anyam, other. So Krishna is such a compassionate person, merciful, supreme personality of Godhead. And Anyam, so apart from Krishna, Kamba Dayalum Sharanam Rajema. Where should I take shelter of? Is there any person apart from Krishna? Anyam, Tato Anyam, Kamba Dayalum Sharanam Rajema. Kamba, who else? Certainly, Kamba Dayalum, merciful, Sharanam Rajema, and Sharanam is shelter, Rajema is shall I take? Apart from Krishna, whom should I take the shelter of? So that's why Buddha is always with Krishna only. So, and Buddha is also used to play with Krishna's dolls in his childhood pastimes. So he used to hear Krishna's pastimes. And so he has got that gist, the essence of this is the um, Sarangamyo Sarabhu. Who knows the essence of it? So uh, where should we take the shelter of? So shelter of lotus feet of Krishna. So that feet is always, it is visible to us wherever we are, and as soon as we see the Lord is always showing. Pradarsayantam krupayana kendo mayoka bhinnanguli charupatram. Always the lotus feet is reddish, and it is tinged with the tulsi leaves, and the aroma coming from the lotus feet of the Lord, it will kill all the sinful activities of a person who smells. Okay, so this is the Ahobakiyam Stanakalakotam Jigamsaya Apayad Api Asadbhi Lebhe Gatim Datri Ujitam Tatonyam Kambhadayalum Sharanam Rajema. So beautiful shloka. Okay, so translation for this verse. Alas, how shall I take shelter of one more merciful than he, who granted the position of mother to take she demon, mother position of mother to she demon Putana, although she was unfaithful and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast. Okay, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so can I request any Meena Mataji, would you like to read this purport, please?
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Here is an example of the extreme mercy of the Lord. Even to his enemy, it is said that a noble man accepts the good quality of a person of doubtful character, just as one accepts nectar from a stalk of poison in his babyhood. In his babyhood, he was administered deadly poison by Putna, a sea demon who tried to kill the wonderful baby. And because she was a demon, it was impossible for her to know that the Supreme Lord, even though playing the part of a baby, was no one less than the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. His value as the Supreme Lord did not diminish upon his becoming a baby to please his devotee Yasoda. The Lord may assume the form of baby or a shape other than that of a human being, but it does not make the slightest difference. He is always the same supreme, a living creature, however powerful however powerful he may become by dint of several penances, can never become equal to the Supreme Lord. Lord Krishna accepts the motherhood of Putna because she pretended to be an affectionate mother, allowing Krishna to suck her breast. The Lord accepts the least qualification of living entity and award him the highest reward. That is the standard of his character. Therefore, but the Lord can be the ultimate shelter. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji. So here, that is the standard of his character, Krishna's character. He just accepts the least qualification of the living entity and awards him the highest reward. It's a beautiful character. So, and also there is one pastime of a little bird. Uh, so it was on the temple dome. So we have got a very beautiful temple. So it is of the pastime of Tirumala. So on top of Tirumala, a little bird came, and then so with his small wings. So then it was trying to flap it, and then it was flying. It is not intentionally, uh, because it was flying, and it has removed a little bit of dust particles on the temple. It has been awarded a great in the Vaikuntha. It's a little bird, and it has got a position in the Vaikuntha. But here, similarly. Puthanai, even though her intention is bad, but one least qualification is she was trying to pretend as a mother. So that is the standard of Krishna's character. Okay, so in this purport, Prabhupada is explaining this is the example of extreme mercy of the Lord, even to his enemy. And it is said that a noble man accepts the good qualities of a person of a doubtful character, as just as one accepts nectar from a stalk of poison. This is the intelligence, the highest intelligence. Wherever the goal is there, a intelligent person, even that he will collect it, even though it is in the filthy places, collect it and then use it for the right purpose. Even though woman is very beautiful and then with all good qualities, even though she is born in lower families, then intelligent person accepts that woman. Uh, Similar way, there are other injunctions as well. So here, a noble man accepts the good qualities of a person of a doubtful character. So here, in his babyhood, he was administered deadly poison by Putana. So Kamsa is sending one demon after another demon. So first demon is Putana. In the Krishna's pastimes, the first demon is Putana, demoness. And in the Rama's pastimes, there is demoness again, Tataki demon. Okay, so Pota is means so the Krishna, one of the statements in the Bhagavad Gita, he says that Vitaraga Bhaikroda Manmayama Upasitaha Vitar um, Madbhavam Agataha. So there वीतराग भय क्रोध मन्मयामम उपासिताः bahuvadhyana tapasa pota, so purified, and at the end na is not potana means who is not pure, so because of her character, potana, a she demon who tried to kill the wonderful baby. So now, because first of all, when Krishna appears in our life, first of all, we reject everything which is not good. We reject everything which is not auspicious. So here, Putana is trying to kill Krishna here. So if you just see the tattva, that is a different reflection that goes in the heart. First of all, we should reject everything which is not good, which is not Krishna. Okay, so and also Putana is trying to kill Krishna. Okay, so kill the wonderful baby. And because she was a demon, it was impossible for her to know that the Supreme Lord, even though playing the part of a baby, uh, so Krishna, it doesn't matter whether Krishna is a baby or the supreme 125 years old when he was about to leave this material world to his abode, and whether he is present in the Kurukshetra battle or when he is appearing among the gopis or when he is in the Dwarka pastimes or Madura pastimes, he is always the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. He was no one less than the same Personality of Godhead. So his value as the Supreme Lord did not diminish upon his becoming a baby to please his devotee Yashoda. He is Purnam. Purnasya Purnamidam Purnasya Purnamid. That is the Purn. He is complete himself. Om Purnamidam Om Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Avashishyate. So that is, he is always complete. And then the Lord may assume the form of a baby or shape other than that of a human being, but it doesn't make the slightest difference. Either he appears as the Varaha Deva or Vamana Deva or a Matsyavatara, Kurmavatara, Narsimhavatara, whatever the form he takes, it does not even deviate a slightest. It is Samana Dharma. They are, whenever it is the Swamshas, they are the Samana Dharma. And then he is always the same Supreme. A living creature, however powerful he may be, by dint of severe penance, can never become equal to the Supreme Lord. He is न तत्समस्य अभ्युदकस्य दृश्यते. So that is Parasa Shakti Vividaiva Shruyate. There is again the verse, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no one is equal to him. न तस्य कार्यं करणं च विद्यते न तत्समस्य अभ्युदकस्य दृश्यते. There is no one equal to him. The Upanishad statement. And by austerities and penances, no one can become God. God is always God. Prabhupada always stresses. And then here about coming to the Putana, so Putana in her past life, it is mentioned in the Garga Samhita and the Brahmavaivarta Purana, saying that her name was Ratnamala as the daughter of Bali Chakravarti. Bali Chakravarti and Vindhyavali, they are the husband and wife. And during the pastime of Vamana Deva, so, and when Bali Maharaja was performing the sacrifices, Vamana Deva has appeared as the son of Aditi Mata and Kashyapa, and a very beautiful, young, very small boy is uh, at the time having this small umbrella and appearing so beautiful. And then he was going to the place where Bali Maharaja was performing the sacrifices. When he was coming at the time, so this Ratnamala looking at him from her window, thinking that how beautiful this boy is, and I wanted to I wanted to be a mother of this boy. She has got a feeling, that kind of feelings. And then in such a way, she was impressed. Ratnamala. And then later on, Vamanadeva has appeared and he asked for the 3 footsteps of land, and then he has taken all the opulences of Bali Chakravarti, and then he has sent Bali Chakravarti onto the Rasatala. Sorry, what is that one? Mm, Sutala Loka. So at that time, after that happened, that pastime has happened, immediately Ratnamala thinking that, oh, what kind of behavior is this boy is doing? I wanted to kill him immediately. So she has got immediately that feeling. So immediately she feeling of mother and immediately feeling of enviousness as well. So because in order to fulfill the desire of Ratnamala, because it is connecting to Vamanadev, and then Putana, that Ratnamalik got opportunity to become a Putana in the next life. So, and then come in contact with Krishna here. So that is, it comes from the Garga Samhita and Brahmavaivarta Purana. So now here, Putana, she pretended to be affectionate mother, allowing Krishna to suck her breast. That is the desire of Ratnamala in the previous life. And the Lord accepts the least qualification of the living entity and awards him the highest reward. Okay, that is the standard of his character. So now Uddhava is remembering, and who but Lord Krishna can be the ultimate shelter? Therefore, he says. So there is indirectly he's saying that there is no one who can take, who is eligible to take the shelter of lotus feet. But here only one person, that is Krishna only. अहोबकीयं स्तनकालकूटं जिघंसय अपायद् अपि असाध्वे लेभे गतिं दातुं उचितां ततोऽन्यं कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम. So beautiful shloka. Okay, we can sing every day also. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Shri Murti Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, so letter to Vyasadeva, letter to Vyasa, August 6th, 1970, Los Angeles. It is, there are 3 paragraphs. Can I request Sanchita Mataji again to read this letter as well?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. My dear Shriman Vyasa, please accept my blessings, and I am in receipt of your letter dated July 14, 1970, and its contents have been carefully noted. Yes, you are correct when you say that for a true devotee, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, theoretical speculations are avoided. Not only is devotional service the simplest way of God realization, as you have agreed, it is clearly pointed out by Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita in every chapter that he can be achieved only by finally engaging directly in devotional service or bhakti yoga, the highest stage of yoga practice. In the first canto's second chapter, verse 7 of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is clearly stated that by the process of applying devotional service unto the personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, Krishna, the immediate result is that causeless knowledge and detachment follow. Therefore, the burden of useless theories can be avoided simply by following the Shastras. Anyone can understand that behind the beauty of nature, behind the succulent fruit and vegetables, and behind the wonderful heat and light of sun, there is a friend. So we should contact that dearmost friend Krishna. Any reasonable man will accept the argument. This that is rational thinking. In the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, one who restrains his senses and fixes his consciousness upon me is known as a man of steady intelligence. Otherwise, there, eh, there can be no conviction. How can a man be convinced who how can a man be convinced who will not accept? Krishna says, hear from me, Tat Shrinu. We are going to popularize our Sankirtan movement by following strictly the footsteps of Lord Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and distribute Krishna consciousness literature throughout India as well as the rest of the world. All our resources are used for this purpose. Our society is intended for the intelligent class of men who you are invited to join this Sankirtan. So you are sorry, you are invited to join this Sankirtan movement. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Mataji, any reflections, Mataji, in this letter?
Yes, Prabhu, very beautifully. Prabhu, this is though a small letter, but very important. The tattva that Prabhupada has given here to Shriman Vyas is like the crusk we should understand in our life and mm, be focused on that, and only then we can get the lotus feet of the Lord. So here he says, like, uh, when you say that the true devotee of Supreme Personality of Godhead, you have to understand by surrendering. I mean, all the theoretical speculations, all that things that are written. I mean, but to make you understand about the Lord, I mean, all that theoretical knowledge can be avoided only through the simple way to understand the Lord. I know there's, I mean, this so many things have been written, but in this lifetime, we cannot finish all that writing, and especially when they're written by philosophers, that those are speculative, because they have studied it's not only that those people are who are in Krishna consciousness have written about the Lord. All great There are many great philosophers who has written about the Lord, and but those are speculations. They have not surrendered unto the Lord. They have not done devotional service, only reading theories and theories. They have somehow written about the Lord. So here Prabhupada is saying that should be avoided. So only way, the simplest way for God realization is by devotional service. And engaging in directly in devotional service or bhakti yoga, we can attend that is the highest stage in yoga practice. Yoga is connecting to Krishna. So Prabhupada has made it very simple. There are so many other Gitas where there are purports, but nobody. But in our Bhagavad, we are so fortunate to be able to reading this Bhagavad Gita as it is, where Prabhupada, whatever is written as wherever the word Bhakti Yoga comes, Prabhupada has translated it as direct. Sorry, not direct in the sense only deity service, but like devotional service. So when we do devotional service, and the best devotional service is chanting the holy name of the Lord, of course, then Lord. But some of us, like how Haridas Acharya was, he could chant continuously and find nectar in doing that. But we, as like, we have so much anarthas from all these lifetimes that we cannot do that all the time. Like, we still do our scheduled rounds. So in that sense, Lord gives the opportunity to do other devotional service, like doing Go Seva, doing book distribution, engaging in Harinam Sankirtan, preparing garland for the Lord, cooking for the Lord, teaching the children. There's so much, like, it goes around in Bhaktivedanta manner. So in doing all those service, there is anartha nivritti. We just shed our, like, impurities, the layers of impurities, and then we can be able to taste nectar in the holy name of the Lord. So here it says in the first canto, second chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is clearly stated the process of applying devotional service unto Lord. The immediate result is that what Lord gives is causeless knowledge. So then, after the dust is gone, we can see Krishna, we can understand the tattva, and what follows is the detachment from our material. Of course, we have got this body, material body. We will have to do some material service to maintain our family, look after as being grihasthas, look after the children and doing our service. But then detachment follows. We do it thinking that we are still serving Lord, because Lord has given the body. We have to use this body to serve the Lord, as well as in our dharma. So if we are in grihastha dharma, whatever dharma, ashram we are in, we have to do our dharma, swadharma. Therefore, the burden of useless theories should be avoided simply by following the Shastras. So, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, if we follow that, we understand this path more clearly. Anyone can understand the beauty behind the beauty of the nature behind the So, yeah, so Krishna is saying that. Lord, sorry, Sri Prabhupada is saying that whatever we see in nature, like the succulent fruits, vegetables, the heat, light, we see that there is a friend, and he's a dearmost friend. It's not like science. They have tried to say that, there's big bang theory and so much and this and that and so much rubbish, and we have fed all that from our childhood. Which has how can such beautiful nature and the creation be so beautiful? From a caterpillar, in the cocoon, the beautiful butterflies come. Can science even explain that? Like, there is no explanation. So we have, if when we accept it as tattva, that there is a dearmost friend and it's Krishna and it's his creation, it's so simple. We do not need to understand any other argument. And one who restrains his senses and fixes, so one who is able to focus and keep a mind, a consciousness upon me. In the Srimad Bhagavatam says, check second chapter, Krishna says, one he can remove all these, like, distractions and focus his mind, is known as a man of steady intelligence. So intelligence is not what, like, we gain from understanding the material tattva. So intelligence is, Lord himself says that steady intelligence is only one who is not distracted and his consciousness is focused on me. Otherwise, no matter how much we try, mm, it is not easy to convince people. And Prabhupada is saying, if somebody is not ready to accept it, how can we convince? Krishna says, "Hear from me." So the simple thing is, hear the song of the Lord, like Bhagavad Gita, touch, you listen to me. And that is so simple. But to make people understand, it's not easy. We are, so Prabhupada is saying that we are going to popularize a Sankirtan movement, strictly following the footsteps, following the disciplic succession of Lord Shri Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and distribute Krishna consciousness literature, first of all in India and rest of the world. And that's why Prabhupada has worked so hard day and night, sleeping only 2 hours to, translate all the Sanskrit literature into English for this purpose. And that was his main goal of life. And we know all that pastimes. Our society is intelligent for the intelligent class of men. So, Prabhupada is saying very clearly that, uh, though it's very simple, it's saying that just engage in devotional service, but because of anarthas, it's not easy. There's so many people around the world, billions of people, but only few come to Krishna consciousness. So that means Krishna says and Prabhupada says that whatever our society is doing, it's only for the intelligent class of men. So he's asking Shriman Vyas to join the Sankirtan movement. So, yes, Prabhu, that's my realization. Sorry for taking a bit of time. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any other comments, dear devotee? Usha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. No, Prabhu. Sanchita Mataji was so beautiful.
Okay. Meena Mataji, any comments on this letter?
No, I think Mataji explained so nicely. But I just want to know that, I said about the bhakti yoga. How do we know that how much we progress at, bhakti yoga?
This one in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Srila Rupa Goswami explains the symptoms of Bhakti Yoga. So, how to understand whether I am progressing. So, there he mentions, okay, whether I have passed this one, whether I have done this one, whether I'm going through these symptoms in the life. Likewise, he gives all those things, nectar of devotion, or Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So, that's why.
Okay.
Yeah, if we read that one, we will experience those things. That is kind of a reflection for us. It is a mirror, whether I have gone through this one or not. We see ourselves where we are in that. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, these are essential scriptures to read everyone. Proper stresses Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and who are especially engaged in the temple services.
So you can read online, like Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It's
Yeah.
online.
In the Veda base, so there is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu here. You would see the nectar of devotion. This one, so, it is in the top 6
It's
books.
the same nectar of devotion and Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The
Yes,
same?
yes,
Okay, I got the book of nectar of devotion. Okay.
yes, yes. Devotion means bhakti, and the nectar is the uh, Amrita. See, this is a summary study of Srila Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu.
Okay, the same. Okay.
Yeah, Nectar of Devotion is a summarized version. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the book is a voluminous book, it seems, big one. I don't have the big book, but I also have got small one, summarized of Nectar of Devotion.
Yeah. Okay.
You can read from the Veda base as well, the book.
I got the next nectar of devotion book. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
So over there is written that how,
Yes,
what's
yes,
required. Okay.
yes. The purity of devotional service, how to discharge devotional service, evidence regarding devotional principles, offenses to be avoided, And then, so here, further aspects of transcendental service, devotional qualifications, spontaneous devotional service, ecstatic love, characters of one in ecstatic love, qualities. So this is the kind of symptoms. So you would see symptoms of ecstatic love. So when you are going through all these things, then you would see it. Why I need to have different kinds of speculations? This is sufficient for me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead and love of Godhead and association of devotees. And then that is tato tato dusangam usrujya sattu sajjeta buddhiman. And then Krishna says to Uddhava, Chinta evasa Santa evasa chinthanti Manovyasanga Mukti leave all kinds of speculations. When you are observed in here, that's it, you end up with the Krishna, Radha Krishna. That is the highest one. So it is a reflection. We need to read the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu while we are progressing, while engaging ourselves in the activities, chanting, following the regulative principles, and some service. And then when you read this one, you would feel it. There is a personal reflection, like a mirror.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So Prabhupada is suggest only Bhakti Yoga is the highest. Yoginam api sarvesham madhyadenantratmana shraddhavan bhajite yomam samyukta tarmamataha. That is the highest. That is Krishna's opinion. And also that's why Mad Bhaktim Labate Param. One is completely purified of material existence, then he will get the devotional service of the Lord. So here, therefore, the burden of the useless theories can be avoided simply by following the Shastras. Okay, so that is the Prabhupada statements here, one thing. And then one has to retract all his senses from the sense gratification. This is the intelligent person, a study of intelligence. So that is yata samharati chayam purmonganiva sarvashaha indriyad tasya prajna pratisthita. He is the person of steady intelligence who would retract his senses just like the turtle pulls all his limbs when there is a danger. Likewise, intelligent person retracts all his senses if he is present among the materialistic people. So it is the analogies are given so that as soon as we see the taste of water, the beautiful nature, the trees are green and the different animals, we see the Lord only. And also materialistic people, how one can, when I am among the materialistic people, I am just like a turtle to retract all my senses. This is an example like a turtle. This is the man of the steady intelligence. Tasya prajna pratisthita, who is situated in the steady intelligence. And this Sankirtana movement for the intelligent class of men. If we observe in this world, there are many religious people, but who has got highest intelligence? It is Krishna consciousness society. If you touch any person, he will speak something, some philosophy. If you go to Vrindavana, he will say some story about one pastimes of Krishna, Radha Krishna. That is natural absorption. But here in the Krishna consciousness, we have got the philosophy and also the bhakti is going on parallelly. Sumedasaha. This is Sumedasaha for the people who are very intelligent. Krishnavan Trisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Pashitam Yajnehi Sankirtana Prayehi Yajantihi Sumedasaha. This is for the intelligent class of men. So here Prabhupada is appreciating everyone to join the Sankirtana movement. Okay, so that is Prabhupada's some of takeaway points for me from this letter. Okay, that is the easiest path for the bhakti, following in the footsteps of Lord Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. Any other comments, dear devotees, or we shall move to the next part, Vaikuntha pastimes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. In the per part, I lost my connection. You're telling about a little bird. Can you please repeat it? Just I missed that part.
The bird.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, so there is there is in the Tirumala temple, on top of we have got the gopuras. On top of the gopura, generally the birds comes there and sit there, and then so because it is generally gold plate or gold kind of coverings are there on top of it, and then this bird has sit on the top of the temple on the gopura, and when it was leaving, and then by the wings, so it has removed little bit of dust. And then Lord has awarded that bird, even unknowingly, it has cleaned the uh, gopura little bit, and then awarded a position in the Vaikuntha. So that one is discussed by the devotees who are connected to the South India Tirumala temple. So that is the high standard of character of the Lord.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
That we may not see in the our scriptures, but that comes with that is connected to the temple, and there are many other pastimes with the Lord Venkateshwara.
Yes, Lord, accept menial service as well, like in the Ramayana, the squirrels, even though it's doing this little service with his little body, but Lord accepts that. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
something similar. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, any other comments? Okay, so now we shall move to the from the updates point of view. So today evening we have got at 7 o'clock Chaitanya Charitamrita. There is no guest speaker confirmed. We may need to do by ourselves. Okay, so for now, we are going to the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 16th chapter, the Vaikuntha pastimes. So we are always in the Vaikuntha only. We need to go up further to the Goloka Vrindavan as well. So we need to complete these pastimes as well quickly. So in this chapter, so Kumara and Kumara, the 4 Kumaras, and conversation between 4 Kumaras and the Lord. The 4 Kumaras are now glorifying the Lord. Nattum Diyottamakulam Yedihatmagopam Goptarusha Swarhanena Sasunrutena Tariheva Nakshiti Sivastava Devapanta Loko Agrihishyasi Agrihishyad Drushubasihi Tat Pramanam. So the Lord always performs the activities in such a way that is becoming like a pramana. So pramana, that is the last shloka. Pramanam is the authority. That shloka we have discussed in the last time. So he has accepted the 4 Kumaras, even though Jaya and Vijaya are cursed, but still Lord is still appreciating, glorifying the 4 Kumaras, and he is saying that I am the servant of the Brahmanas. And then because all these pastimes of the Lord and all characteristics of the Lord, they're all kind of a authority. How one should live like that in our day-to-day life. One should be very humble when the Lord, He Himself is uh, saying and very soft words to the Brahmanas. One has to take those qualities from the Lord. Lord always protects the Brahmanas, and He speaks very gentle words. And if Lord does not Lord does not protect the Brahmanas and the devotees, and why anyone can take the shelter of lotus feet of Krishna? So, because he has maintained that quality, he always protects the devotees. Name Bhakta Pranasyati, my devotees never perish, and he has practically showed in all his pastimes. That is the assurance. So here The four Kumaras, they have established that, oh my dear Lord, you are the authority. So there is nothing equal. So after saying that further, this is the shloka, and next shloka is 20. So here they are glorifying तत्ते अनभीष्टमिव तत् सत्त्वनिधिर्विजित्सोः क्षेमं जनाय निशक्तिभिः उद्धृतारेः नैतावता नैतावतात्यधिपतेः बत विश्वभक्तुः तेजः क्षतं तु अवनतस्य सते विनोदः. So here, so just read the translation before. Dear Lord, you never want the auspicious path to be destroyed, for you are the reservoir of all goodness. Just to befit people in general, you destroy the evil element by your mighty potency. You are the proprietor of the three creations and the maintainer of the entire universe. Therefore, your potency is not reduced by your submissive behavior. Rather, by submission, you exhibit your transcendental pastimes. So this is Kumaras are glorifying. So Tatye Anabhishtameva Sattva Nided Viditsoho. Tatye Anabhishtam is that destruction of the path of auspiciousness. Te Bhayu. Anabhishtam is not liked. Iva, just like as Sattva Nidehe. Sattva Nidehe is the reservoir of all goodness. Sattva Nidehe Viditsoho, desiring to do. The Lord does not desire to destroy the auspicious paths. He is the Sanatanastum Purusho Matomi and Shashvata Dharma Gopta. Sanatanastum Purusho Matomi. Ajna glorifies in Bhagavad Gita. So Lord always protects this always auspicious, the path of Dharma, Sanatana Dharma. And Lord does not destroy this one. Tatya Anabhishtamiva Satpa Nided Viditsoho. Kshemam Janaya Nidisektivihi. Kshemaya is the for the good, Janaya for the people in general, Nidisektivihi by your own potencies. Buddhatarehe and Buddhata is the destroyer, the opposite elements. Arehe is the opposite elements. So for the protection of all good people, Kshemam Janaya Nidisektivihi Buddhatarehe. And then he destroys the opposite elements as well. If there are any that is inauspicious elements, he will remove it. That is the Vinashaya Chadushkrutam. And then further, Na Yetavata Tri Adipatehe. Na Yetavata Tri Adipatehe is that by this, by performing these activities, the Lord, and who is proprietor of the three kinds of creations. Three Adhipatehe, Bhata Vishwabhaktuhu, Bhata, O Lord, Vishwabhaktuhu, the maintainer of the universe, Tejah Kshatam, Tejah Kshatam by your potency, Tejah by potency, and Kshatam reduced, Kshatam to Avanatasya submissive, and Sate Vinodaha, and Vinodaha is the pleasure. So whenever Lord is acting in a different capacities, that is only for the pleasure sake, not for that. That does not reduce the potency of the Lord. Tejah kshatam tu anavatasya sate vinodaha. That does not reduce the potencies of the Lord. So that Kumaras are glorifying when Krishna, though he is acting as a chariot driver, yam manyase matuleyam priyam mitram suhrittamam akaro sachivam dhotam sauhridad atasaridim. As a chariot driver, messenger, or advisor, likewise, in so many ways, even though he acts in that way, that does not reduce the potency of the Lord. Tejaha kshatam tu anavatasya. So likewise, these Kumaras, even though the Lord is glorifying the four Kumaras, that does not reduce the Lord's glories. तत्ते अनभीष्टमिव सत्त्वनिधिर्विदित्सोः क्षेमं जनाय निजशक्तिभिः उद्धृतारेः नैतावता नैतावता ति अधिपतेः भत विश्वभर्तुः तेजः क्षतं तु अवर्णतस्य सते विनोदः. Likewise, Kumaras are glorifying. Okay, so can I request Mrida Sachi Mataji, would you like to read the translation and purport?
Hare Krishna Babaji. Okay. Translation. Dear Lord, you never want the auspicious path to be destroyed, for you are the reservoir of all goodness. Just to benefit people in general, you destroy the evil um, element by your potential. You are the proprietor of the tree creation and the maintainer of the entire universe. Therefore, your potential is not reduced by your submissive behavior. Rather, by submission, you exhibit your transcendental pastimes. Purport. Lord Krishna was never reduced in his position by becoming a coward boy or by offering respect to a Sudama Brahma or his other devotee like Nanda Maharaj, Vasudev Maharaj, Yudhishthira, and the Pandavas' mother Kunti. Everyone knew that he was the supreme personality of Godhead. Krishna, and his behavior was exemplary. The supreme personality of Godhead is Sachi Ananda Vigraha. His form is completely spiritual, full of bliss and knowledge, and it is internal because the living entity are his parts and parcel. Originally, they also belongs to the same quality of internal form as the Lord, but when they come in the contact with the Maya, the material potency due to their forgetfulness, their existential constitution is covered. We should try to understand the appearance of Lord Krishna in this spirit as the Kumaras praise to him. He is internally coward boy at Brindavan. He is internally the leader of battle of Kurukshetra, and he is internally the opulent prince of Dwarika and the lover of the damsel of Brindavan. All his appearances are meaningful because they show his real characteristic to the conditioned souls who gave who have forget their relationship with the Supreme Lord. He does everything for their benefit. The force exhibited in the battle of Kurukshetra by the desire of Krishna. And though the agency of Arjuna was also necessary because when people become too irreligious, force is required. Non-violence in this respect is a rascalism. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Would you like to share any knowledge, Mataji, on this points that?
Prabhuji, yeah, I understand is that when Lord Krishna like appears in the material world, is still like a spiritual god. It did not change, but we are also the parts and parcel of the Lord, and we have the same quality of internal form as the Lord. But still, when we are in material world, we are covered with the Maya, and like and we have the forgetfulness, and that's why we should understand that the appearance of Lord Krishna in this spirit as the Kumara spirit to him, and wherever Krishna has take birth, like in the Brindavan, like um like he was coward boy and of some devotee of friend, is still he is the supreme personality of Godhead. He's not covered with Maya. So we should not think that if Krishna is in the material world, he is similar to us. He is also covered by Maya. Not, we should not think that way. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I understand this much. Sorry if I said mistake.
That's so beautiful, Mataji. You have explained very nicely. Yes, so Lord form is the Sachidananda Vigraha, but he is not contaminated. And Maya does not cover him, Vilajyamana. So she is always shyful to come in front of Krishna. She is always Tad Apashriyam, Mayam Tad Apashriyam. Apasit Purnam Purusham, Mayam Tad Apashriyam. The Vyasadeva has seen the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his meditation, and then the Maya is behind Krishna. She does not come in front of Krishna. But here, and also Krishna does so many pastimes, just stealing butter in the gopis' homes, and then so many naughty things Krishna is doing. It is so pleasing to everyone. Okay, so that is again in the Krishna Karnamrita, that Krishna Karnamrita that Billavan Mangal Thakur has composed. If we read it, so much of nectarian, one would feel the complete bliss. Okay, so that is, but that it is one always gets the pleasures only by hearing those pastimes, and Krishna would not reduce even a single bit of his potency reduced. Okay, so this is, and here when Krishna was going to Pandavas, he used to touch the feet of Yudhishthira and Bhimasena to take the blessings from the Yudhishthira, just as a with respect. And then Arjuna embraces Krishna as a friend, and Nakula and Sahadeva they touch the feet of Krishna, and Krishna going again take the blessings of Kunti Maharani. So that is all loving relationships, but that does not reduce any potency of the Lord. His behavior was exemplary, as we have been hearing that Uddhava is remembering all pastimes of Krishna. That is our exemplary character. Okay, I request dear devotee to share your comments as well on this one. Any points you wanted to take? Gauringi Mataji, you wanted to highlight any points on this one?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. No, Prabhuji, I don't have any word because Mataji also explained the Lord Krishna. Then I didn't heard nicely. That's why I don't have any word, Prabhuji. Sorry about this.
Okay, Mataji, thank you so much. Very beautiful. Um, Meena Mataji, yes, Mataji, yeah.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. I just want to when I just want to say that when Krishna was young, boy, and he himself sometimes because of the Maya, he himself forgetting that he is the uh, go he's a Iswar, he's a Paramatma. Because when he's looking in the mirror and he himself reflects what he's doing and like that is something I heard. So because of Maya, he himself is forgetting him that like that.
Uh, so it is Yogamaya. So Yogamaya orchestrates the pastimes for Krishna in such a way Krishna experiences the most joy and happiness, and also the Krishna's devotees. In such a way, those activities that happen, it is Yogamaya internal potency. Yogamaya orchestrates Krishna's pastimes. But that does not mean Krishna is not supreme personality. He would reduce the potential. He forgets, but everyone gets the remembrance. So, sir, this is can anyone say that Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, 15th verse? सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृति ज्ञानम अपोहनम च.
Mhm.
All kinds of knowledge, remembrance, and everything comes from Krishna. How can that Krishna would forget? So he is always knows that one, but he understands that these pastimes are orchestrated by his internal potency only. But he knows that one. But for the moment, it may feel that realistic. Otherwise, if he knows everything, that I know everything, I'm supreme personality of Godhead, then he would not enjoy. That the pleasure is important.
Yeah, yeah. Yes. Mm.
So if we just take that one, that gist, that essence in our life, Sometimes our child is also maybe not hearing, our daughter is not hearing, husband is always stubborn, not hearing any instructions, even if we say, and wife is not always going for shopping, even if we say, this is are all, if we see the loving way, if we just add the love in front of that and respect the desires of other person, what they wanted to do, you would relish the life like anything. Just leave their character as they are, but always speak Krishna Katha, leave their character as they are. Do not try to control the other person's behavior. Then you would relish the life like anything, naturally.
But then, like, sometimes you get stressed. Sometimes not happening your
Because
way.
we think that, okay, if I do not control the money flowing, then we may be suffering. But it is everyone knows that in the family, everyone knows that if there is no money, we cannot eat food. But first, it may appear that once or twice they are spending more, but later they will come to senses. Oh, I need to control by myself. It is a self-realization. But and our child also may think that. But what we need to put more love to the child and speak Krishna Katha without forcing their behavior to be changed. And then what is required? Then when one will experience most happiness, like here Krishna, when in the Vrindavana, there is no restriction. Of course, there are people out there. That is also parents are saying that you are stealing the butter in everyone's homes. They are trying to, but Krishna, he never stops. He always keep doing it.
Mm.
This is once awaken the love of Godhead and knowing that Lord is present in the heart of all the living entities, then one will relish. But amen and amen, acha. But yeah, but respecting each other, their behaviors, their desires, especially because everyone will get, and one day they'll be detached from this material world. At least if they come in contact, one person in the family, they will soon be detached. In the later ages, they will realize that one. But for now, their desires, okay, I want to go here, I want to do that, like that. They may be having desires. But hold on to that. Just tolerate little bit because यस्मिन् यदा पुष्करेणाभमाया धृन्तया स्पृष्टदयः पृथग्दृश्यः कुर्वन्ति तत्र हि अनुकम्पये कृपां न साधवो दयोबलात् कृते क्रमम्. One should not force or one should not punish them. Let them be as they are and also show your compassionate. Speak only Krishna Katha. Do not force their behavior.
Mm.
It's a natural way. It goes further deep.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Any other from this purport? Anyone wanted to share anything in this?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I have a question. What you mentioned, Mridha Satyamataji has very nicely explained in less words the gist of this purport. I was thinking what you were saying, like, we should not try to change any characters, and they take their own course. So in this context, like, Krishna, when Duryodhan, he in the Bhagavad Gita, he says, in Mahabharata, that knows what is dharma, and but he still chooses to be on the part of adharma. For the sake of understanding, we know that it's Lord's pastime. He wanted, in this purport, he says that there was too much of irreligion, and then Krishna wanted through Arjuna to be these people, to the agency of Arjuna, they wanted to be removed and all. But I mean, he was also not forced, and he still, I mean, is what I'm trying to say, maybe I'm not trying able to frame my question, but I mean, we understand the philosophy, but if we try to understand Duryodhan's personality, that Krishna spoke, he even showed his Vishwarupa, but I mean, he chose what he had to choose. So even listening, I mean, we only hear Krishna Katha when he saw Krishna, and even he got the chance to know him as Supreme Personality, but still I mean, his dharma did not change. He was just like, so. I mean, when you say we do not need to change dharma, so then they will keep on. Some people will keep on doing a dharma, and then there will be end like that. So how do we explain? I mean, yeah, one side I understand the Krishna's plan, but like if you just think as Duryodhana's personality, could I make you understand, Prabhu?
So naturally, no one can change the behavior of another person. No one can change the desire of another person. But what they can do is only speak Krishna Katha and enjoy themselves, and then in such a way, they will be inspired internally. They will also change, but not by because uh, when one person is saying we are changing, not because he is saying, because it is our desire to change. Because inspiration comes in the heart. The Lord gives the knowledge in the heart to be changed. That is, even though we hear everything, but not we are doing, because otherwise, if everyone is doing that, what, for example, if a guru says that you always chant 16 rounds and follow the regulative principle, surrender yourself to Krishna, are we doing it? We are not doing it. Exactly as when it was said. But we takes enough time, and then whenever it is the right and appropriate time, then it will reflect in our heart that yes, it is to be done. Okay, I will do this one. But until that point, we keep on speaking Krishna. We never force anyone to change their behavior. But initially, unknowingly, when we are not mature enough, at that time we may be saying that it is not right, don't do this, don't do that. The small, small things may be all right, like for the children, they are not. But once they are grown enough, grown enough, uh, able to do activities by themselves, then we speak Krishna Katha, we never force their behavior and habits. Of course, we tell for the unknown, innocent children, they haven't got wishes by themselves yet. Here, Duryodhana, he has chosen that path. Yes, knowingly he knows what is dharma, what is adharma. Even he trusts that Yudhishthira is always on the dharma side, and his desires also not according to the dharma, but still he does not want to follow dharma. So that is his desire, and he said, "Whatever the Creator has created me to act like that, I will be like that." So it is ego. So that ego is again identifying oneself with the body. And onto such kind of people, so this is Brahma says that. He says that you need to show anukampaye krupam. You need to show mercy unto them because still they have not come in. Everyone has got a desire. If we just this body is meant for enjoying for the living entity, either dog body, cat body, human body, whatever it is. And then Krishna conscious is the nivritti dharma, just give up the material enjoyment. But when they have come to enjoy, but if we say that don't enjoy, it is a kind of they will make so much of negativity when we say something like that. But when we are keep on speaking Krishna Katha, automatically they will get the knowledge and the detachment. Jnana Vairagyuktena. Uh, this is Bhakti Yuktena Chatmanaha Paripasit Udasinam Prakritincha Hatodesam. So in due course of time, this knowledge and detachment comes, then they will enter into the bhakti later on, the material nature, and that does not impact that person too much. Paripasiti udasinam prakritim cha hata ojasam. Prakriti's influence does not work on a devotee. The Kapil Bhagavan says. So until then we keep, but here reflection is the internal to the heart. Every individual person, he has got a individual journey. Sometimes even Krishna consciousness is the topmost. Everyone do the chant. Yes, we say that one, but we never force anyone. You like it, but we give the prasadam, whatever is pleasing to the other people. I mean, just okay. Everyone sharply come to the 5:30 and chant. Everyone, we do not force everyone, but we put a rules like okay, as a sangha group, okay, let us in a combined form come everyone at 5:30 and we all chant together, and then devotees come according to their convenience and then comfort. Otherwise, if we eat lots of food in the night and then sleep late, and then it is not possible to wake up early in the morning. So there are different circumstances, but they know that we have got at 5:30 japa session. But again, it is circumstances. But when circumstances, those materialistic obstacles have gone away, then they will be in the Sangha group automatically 5:30. But at the moment, so many things, responsibilities, this and that. They also know that one. But acting is the only the thing required. Some person may be having so many problems, so many duties, so many responsibilities, especially women devotees means one side homework, one side work duty, one side children, one side devotional service, chanting 16 rounds, following the regulative principles and controlling the home. So many, it is not easy. So we should not put any force on any devotees at all. Not only devotees, even the materialistic people also we don't put it is self realization only. They know their circumstances. Even when we are in the childhood, would you like to read Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam? We used to say, it is not time yet, we are still children, we wanted to enjoy. We know that if we just hold on to Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, we lose the taste for the material world and sense enjoyment. Everyone, many people knows who have born in India automatically knows. But yeah, they think that they would develop that devotion in the later ages, but by the time ways are already set, they miss the opportunity. So we need to cultivate that one from the childhood, but giving in a positive way. Like, okay, one has to show that by engaging here, one experiences so much of happiness, discussing the Krishna Katha, participating in the devotional services in the temple, just either cleaning the temple, somewhere preparing prasadam, serving the devotees, inviting the devotees, speaking to the devotees in so much way, by with the eye-to-eye contact and then with smiling faces. That way, one experience highest pleasure that is possible in the devotional service. We never force, and always with the voluntarily and happily. So here, Krishna's behavior was exemplary, even though he acted like that. So the एतदेशनिमेषस्य प्रकृस्तोऽपि तद्गुणैः न युज्यते सदा आत्मस्थैः यदा बुद्धिः तदाश्रय. Because Krishna, he is always transcendent the three material modes of nature. Similarly, if devotees who are hearing Krishna, are associating with Krishna with his name, form, qualities like that, then they also be yada buddhi tadashriya. They are also transcend to these three material modes of nature. Madharmano guneretaihi parisham shuddhasayah. Purushasya andisaabhyeti sutamatra gunam himam. Just by hearing the qualities of Krishna, one is attracted to Krishna. Everyone come here to purify themselves. And here the Krishna's form is the Sachidananda Vigraha. His form is completely spiritual, full of bliss and knowledge, and it is eternal. And because the living entities are his parts and parcels, originally they also belong to the same quality of eternal form of the Lord, but when they come in contact with Maya, the material potency, due to their forgetfulness, their existential constitution is covered. Just like the mirror is covered. Yata darpo malena cha. So this one again, Krishna gives the baby is covered by the vulvana in the womb of the mother, and then mirror is covered. Likewise, Agni is covered by the fire is covered by the smoke. Likewise, the spirit soul is covered by the settled body on top of that uh, um, this gross body. So, but through the engaging in the devotional service, Jarayati Yakosham Nigirna Manaloyatam. when we eat the food, food digested in the tummy by Jatragni. Likewise, when we are engaging ourselves in the devotional service, it will digest the subtle body and also gross body in due course of time. But so that process is very nicely explained by Kapil Bhagavan in the third canto, chapter 25, Bhakti Yoga. And then Devhut asks, oh, is it in such a way, can we easily attain that liberation? Can you please explain this to me? And then Devhut is so enthusiastically asking these questions about it. Okay, how to uncover, how to put, this is the Pratibuddha Vastuhu, the attainment of the ultimate object. Pratibuddha Vastuhu. And one who gets that Pratibuddha Vastu, that is the law of Godhead, then his position will not be changed. He has attained that spirit, that is Swarupa. So here we should try to understand the appearance of Lord Krishna in his spirit. As the Kumaras pray to him, he is eternally a coward boy at Vrindavana. He is eternally the leader of the battle of Kurukshetra. And he is eternally the opulent prince of Dwaraka and the lover of the damsels of Vrindavana. So even though he is in all kinds of positions, it is eternally, eternally, eternally. That is, Lord's position is always eternal. If anything, if Lord is eternal, everything, all his paraphernalia, everything is eternal only. There is no time influence, there is no material influence or no Maya influence. So in all his appearances, this is also mentioned like pravartate yatra rajastamastayoho sattvam cha mishram na cha kala vikramaha na yatra maya kim utapare harer anurata yatra sura asura achitaha. So that is again Sukadeva Goswami describes in the second canto, chapter 9, verse number 10, about the Vaikuntha. And no time influence, everyone are very beautiful, everything is eternal, like that. Demigods and demons, even the Sura and Asura both worship the Lord there, because there is no influence of the uh, three material modes of nature. There is no Asuric Bhava, but there are, even the Asuras are there, but that nature is not there. So this is all his appearances are meaningful because they show his real characteristics to the conditioned souls who have forgotten their relationship with the Supreme Lord. Real form. यदारहितमात्मानं भूते यदारहितमात्मानं भूतेन्द्रिय गुणाशयैः स्वरूपेण मयोपेतं पश्यन् स्वराज्यमृच्छति स्वरूपेण मयोपेतं पश्यन् स्वराज्यमृच्छति. One will come in his eternal form to the abode of the Lord and then enjoy the all opulences. This Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu says to Brahma when he is free from these three material modes of nature. He does everything for their benefit. The force exhibited in the battle of Kurukshetra by the desire of Krishna and through the agency of Arjuna was also necessary because when people become too irreligious, force is required. Non-violence in this respect is rascaldom. So one has to carry out his duty and then for the dharma's sake. Okay, so this is very beautiful purport Prabhupada is giving, and here Kumaras are glorifying the Lord's submissive behavior. It is exemplary character. By submission, you exhibit your transcendental pastimes, O dear Lord. Likewise, they say, so you are always protecting the auspicious path, and you never allow it to be destroyed. Likewise, Kumaras are glorifying the Lord. Okay, I stop there, and I also request dear devotees, if you have got any questions and share any further questions. Sanchita Mataji, you wanted to share anything further?
Just thinking, Prabhu, in like still in terms of that question, but of course, some of it is answered in my mind, but still I'll ask. When we see this in present context, you mentioned that Duryodhana, like he wanted to do whatever is like what his heart and wanted to do, and as you mentioned, nice analogy that how we should behave, our everything is given in scripture and shastras, and our gurus say that, and but we can only accommodate how much being try to balance material and spiritual. But still, we will consider ourselves fortunate that we got the opportunity. But like I'm thinking about the Kashmiri Pandits, you know, the mass exodus that happened, they were just, thrown away from the holy land. They were so much learned. It's a land of Kashyap Muni, and there was so much of scripture, so much knowledge, everything. Some people, like these days, due to the war, like sometimes Malaprabhu watches and some interviews, they come like third generation. They are converted into Muslim. They know, like, of course, they were by force converted into Islam, and some have accepted Islam because they don't have any choice. Some were by fear. Uh, so it was, what I want to say is like sometimes we cannot choose our external forces also work. Even though I want to, continue my religion, practice my dharma, but due to external forces, if we try to associate with our karma, previous life, of course, there is an answer. That's what I thought in my mind. But like those people, those pandits who had to go through that, and now they have converted. So that was long back. Third generation Muslim, some appreciate, and then they're saying nowadays that our forefathers were Hindu, our forefathers were pandits. Now we have been converted. So sometimes it's not also by choice. It's by external force also. That just wanted to add, Prabhu. So yeah, in this um, that is the present situation of India. There's too much of irreligion, too much, not in the country but going around, and war was maybe inevitable. They could not stop it because what they're doing, all those people who were killed and all, just asking the religion. So it's I know what they did. Of course, they did not at the last minute. Also, they did not have to change. They died for following their own dharma. But yeah, external also things are there. You never want auspicious. Yes, Prabhu, you never want the auspicious path to be destroyed. Yes, Prabhu, but it's lot arrangement also, like good people also in this uh, thing, all this turmoil, they come across such bad experiences. So just wanted to add that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So whatever you said true, it appears to be like that, but actually it is the desire of a living entities. So living entities bring in their mind, they have got so many things, thoughts are coming, and then they may have attention for to particular desire, and then because of that desire, they would take birth in the province of the Kashmiri Pandits. They wanted to be learned again. Their desire is not pure. They may want to be like the Muslims or eat the beef and all those things. He may be taking birth there. So this is the living entities how they are taking birth. It appears to us that outside it is happening like that, but everything goes that according to the desire of the individual living entity. Such kind of living entities taking birth in that province of Kashmir, and that they have been later on converted it. So, for example, we may be appreciating Western countries for particular quality, something like that. That's why we should not appreciate anything of which is not Krishna consciousness. This is Swavitviraho Vushtakaraihi Samstaha Purushaha Pasuhu Naitkarna Patopeto Jatunama Gadagrajaha. Saunaka says that one. So one who is appreciating any of these qualities, good qualities, who are not devotees of Krishna, they will be becoming like the dog Vitviraha. Swavitviraha is the stool eating pig. Vushtraha, that is camel, Karehi, the donkey. So in such a way, it is compared to the four animals. So we should not appreciate anyone who is not a devotee. Because if you are appreciating what happens, the living entities' desires are giving attention to those things, the demoniac people, even though they may appear to be good, they are doing some services and we do not know their desires. Because of we are appreciating it, we are also being in the similar part. And then just put all such kind of people are taking birth in the either Palestine or Syria or in the Kashmir or Pakistan, somewhere or other, go through all kinds of calamities. Never appreciate anyone who is not a devotee of the Lord. That is statements of Shastra.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yes.
Sometimes
Yeah.
in our televisions, we may be saying that, oh, they are doing very good, but they are giving attention to the all innocent people. That is should be avoided. That China is growing economically good. That the communists never appreciate such kind of things. And America is doing good. No, do not. That is not the good things. But we appreciate everything in service to Krishna, only the devotees. Then everyone are under proper shelter. Kamva dayalum sharanam rajema. They will be protected by Sanatana Dharma. Otherwise, though if you are born in the family Sanatana Dharma and appreciating someone else, say, look at that, they are say, enjoying like anything, then what means? So that you are also, you are giving attention to such kind of desires, then you will also take birth there in that community. And then you, even though you are born in the Sanatana Dharma, you will be converted by force because of your desire. So Ratnamala did not want to become a demoness. She has got a desire that I wanted to be a mother of the Vamana Deva, like a small beautiful boy. And immediately she wanted to kill also. That is desire. According to that, she has taken a birth as Putana. Likewise, each and every living entity, if we observe their individual desires, according to their desires only, they'll take birth and they will be put up into particular circumstances. Either it is a family or as a wife, as a child, as a daughter, as a husband, as a home, even the home, wherever we are living in, that is also comes with that. And because we have got some kind of sense gratification, the Lord arranges in such a way that that home, even though sometimes I want this home to be like that, but it does not happen according to our wish. So again, there is a opposite element also keeps on touching us in our life according to our desires. There is opposing element according to our desires. Desire is there, opposing element is also next to it. It is going on parallelly. Opposite element is Krishna's arrangement. Desires are our arrangement. So he wanted to nullify all these desires. But still, if you are attached to that, without giving up, I wanted to have individual detached house with a nice garden and everything. You will have got everything, but you cannot enjoy it. That is opposing element. Your desire is there, your desire is fulfilled, but you cannot enjoy that house. You wanted to have beautiful children. Yes, you have got beautiful children, but they will come with different desires. And that will think only dissatisfaction to us. So that's why we do not have any desires for ourselves, materialist desires, looking at, oh, this person is beautiful, that person is good. We desire only how Krishna, etadesha nimishasya prakrustopi sadgunaihi najjite sada atmastaihi yada buddhihi tadasharya. Only Krishna, nothing else. Then we inherit the qualities of Krishna, we inherit the beauty of Krishna in a minute quantity according to our progress in the devotional service. We do not want anything from anyone else, only qualities of Krishna, Radha Krishna, the love of Godhead, and his qualities. Madharmo gunaireterihi parisham shuddhasayah. Parisham shuddhasayah. All that is the parisham shuddhasaya, desire of purity.
Thank you, Prabhu, for beautifully explaining and clarifying. That makes so much sense and so much clarity. Yeah, in my mind, as I mentioned, it was answered that I understand it's Sanchita karma, like, it's past accumulation, the pot of good and bad karma which has come, maybe whatever is happening, wherever. But for us to follow, not to appreciate anything else. You have explained that with so much clarity. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Any other questions or comments? Do you wanted to share anything? Okay, so that is from this verse.
As you said, we do not appreciate, but somebody in the Krishna consciousness, that is okay. I appreciate that.
Anything in relation to Krishna and Krishna's devotees, Krishna's paraphernalia, that is all good. We glorify, that's why every time we glorify only Krishna and his devotees.
Mm.
Even though sometimes devotees come, when they're coming here, not yet pure devotees yet, they come here try to glorify Krishna. So we are trying to appreciate, oh, how beautifully he's glorifying. So we are trying to glorify that mode, glorifying Krishna. Then we also wanted to develop that quality within us. We also wanted to sing very nicely and glorify Krishna with our songs and services like that.
We cannot
that is that.
appreciate. Sorry.
No, Mataji, carry on. Yeah.
Then I'm saying like I cannot appreciate like the soldier who are doing in war and helping and like that. Not can be
That's
appreciated
possible.
but doing chanting for them or like that. What do you
So
think?
the talent comes there. When soldiers are doing Hare Krishna bhajan, we have already seen that video. See, because they are engaging in Krishna consciousness somewhere or other. So that's why Krishna always protects them. They're able to carry out their duties, but it is Krishna's mercy. Connect everything with Krishna.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, in that way we understand the Prema Dhvani, the importance, sense of Prema Dhvani prayer. Like we say Jai to, all the things which are Krishna conscious, the devotees, the river, Yamuna, Ganga, the Mridanga, Brihad Mridanga, everything. When we glorify this Prema Dhvani prayer, we understand the essence, like what we should appreciate and glorify. So it's like we get this opportunity also in temple. They do it every single day. So that explains, yeah, how the consciousness purifies with that as well. It's important. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
So, yes, that is glorifying only Krishna. That one also, Ramanand Rai was also mentioning those questions very beautifully. The answering to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, who is the liberated person? Who is creature who suffers the most? A devotee who is suffering due to separation from the Lord. And best songs about the pastimes of Radha Krishna. What is the only thing to remember? Name, beauty, and qualities of Krishna. This is one has to awaken. Then he will be entering into the pastimes of the Vishiteta Dhanantaram. And best place for the living entity to reside, the place where Krishna's pastimes are performed. Like where Krishna played in the sand, Ramanareti. They're just rolling in the sand and going to the Yashoda Mata's home there. And then Krishna is running around the home. In those pastimes, that is the place where one has to live, living entity to reside. Then he is having, because Krishna is there, a land is connected to Krishna. Oh.
Prabhu, here I have a question again. So can I ask?
Thank you.
Yeah, Prabhu. So not everyone is fortunate. Yeah, of course we understand the past and Sanchita Karma and everything. But now if we desire that we understand, which is now we got this human body, we understand the best place is where Krishna did his pastimes. But then we have another desire of liberation, like getting out of the cycle of birth and death. So then should we even have that desire, or like is it like in Nitya Leela in Golok Vrindavan? Or should we think that wish we were born in Vrindavan, so we should not think like that? Is it? Can you?
So this one, Swarupena Mayopetam Pasyan Swarajyam Richati. This is the ultimate, the highest happiness. I wanted to be a servant of the Lord in that mode, Dasya. Then I will go to the Vaikuntha Loka as soon as I leave the body. And here, what happens? Devotees are always chanting 16 rounds. In due course of time, their body cannot cooperate even with the chanting and maybe to do some service physically because of the nature of the body, because they want to do it. But that service is eternal. Service is eternal, chanting is eternal, glorify, engaging oneself. Ye nimitta animitena dharmena aradayan harim. Worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is the dharma, but our body is not cooperating with us. But I wanted to do that service. What should I do? Then what happens? The nature arranges. You wanted to do eternal service, but you are in the temporary world. This is not the suitable place for you. You just go out of from this material world. It will send away into the spiritual world to engage where there is a eternal activities are there. Dharmena aradayan harim. As simple as that. So, and it may appear that in this material world, in the Vrindavana, we're all performing, devotees are eternal associates of the Lord. They're not ordinary birth, but still they have got some kind of uh, uh, desires or wanted to engage in the pastimes of the Lord. They may have appeared like that, but it is eternal. Um, it is the material world, material reflection, but the spiritual world, as long as I wanted to do 16 rounds, if we just hold the 16 rounds, it is not possible when our physically weak. We cannot do it, but we wanted to do that. Just for that sake, we will be transferred to the Golok. We wanted to do it, but we cannot fulfill. We're not a suitable body for that. And we want to do it eternally. It is kind of a infinite. Some person in the beginning for coming to Krishna consciousness, why we are doing 16 rounds and then always chanting, and then it is circling and circling, and then just absorbing. I thought it is an infinite loop. When do I get liberation when always chanting 16 rounds? I was thinking that one, but because we have loving to chant the names of the Lord, and it is not only the chanting of 16 rounds, and also we speak Bhagavatam, we hear Bhagavatam, and then there are different kirtans are there, eating prasadam, so many things are there, because it is a complete package, pure devotional package. That is, everything is eternal, and because we have got eternal habits. And here the body we have got at the moment, it is limited by the nature, restricted. And then later on, nature says, understanding our desire, then nature itself, it kicks out us from the material world. So we will be entering into the world of the Lord. This is one side, and others, because we desire that we wanted to be with the Lord eternally. And also in the Brahmavaivata Mahapurana, if we see, there are pastimes. In the Goloka Vrindavan, so many pastimes are there. There Sudama, Krishna's friend, and the conversations between Sudama and Radharani. That Radharani curses Sudama, you go to the earth. Because of those pastimes again in the Goloka Vrindavana. And then later on, Sudama also curses Radharani, you also take birth. And then Krishna also, it was time for Krishna also to appear on that for 125 years. And Brahma also came there to request Krishna to appear and to help. So many things. And then, so Sri Krishna Janma Kanda in the Brahmavivata Purana. So it describes the beauty of it and how the eternal things are being planned before, and then they are manifested on the earth later on. So we are in the planet, we are in the universe where Chaturmukha Brahma is ruling. Again, according to the desires. So there also, once we go there, we also engage always in the manjaris and gopis and friends of Krishna without making any mistakes there also. When we don't, kadati kutyamam yad bahu akratam adikramam. Jaya and Vijaya, they're also, for the moment, they forgot about the Kadati Kutyamam Yadvo. For the moment, they forgot about the Lord. That's why they made a mistake. Unknowingly, they have stopped Kumaras entering into the seventh gate. So this is Kadatik. The Lord says, Yetauto, these are Jaya and Vijaya, they are my Pashudas, but for the time being, they forgot. But when we have equipped with all this knowledge, we never ever forget. How does that situation comes? Always chanting Krishna's name, and we never make mistakes. And that will also continue in the Golok Vrindavan. And we do not say anything to Radharani or the gopis or anyone else. We wanted to humbly serve there. That would continue. Those past tense, if we just, these are based on understandings of Brahma Vaivarta Mahapurana, how those things have been orchestrated before Krishna appears, and also based on the Krishna and this Jaya and Vijaya's pastimes, they have forgotten Kadati Kurkyamam Yadvo, and the devotees on the planet, they are always chanting and glorifying, they are entering into the abode of the Lord. So if we just combine all this philosophy and the pastimes, then we understand. We wanted to eternal service. So that eternal service, without eternal body, we cannot carry out eternal service. For the time being, we practice everything with the human body, with all the rules and regulations, vidhi bhakti, and develop into raga bhakti. And then, because if we go and see in the Vrindavana, there are so many people are there. They're all eternal associates of the Lord. And by looking at them, we also attain that nature. Otherwise, we need to have some examples. There are like examples. Otherwise, how do we learn that if I go to the Golok Vrindavana, everything will be nice, and how people will be peaceful, how naturally they have got affections. So all the people here, it is Padosi Yastim Potani Tripad. So three parts it is mentioned in the Purusha Sukta, saying that Padosi Viswabhutani Tripadasya Dhivi. So three parts of the universe. Many people are there in the Goloka. One part is in this universe. And out of those, devotees of the Lord, they in the Vrindavana, Dwaraka, like that. We need to have examples as well for the conditioned souls to be attracted to the Golok Vrindavana. It is examples. Otherwise, if Vrindavan people are also behaving like ordinary people, like engaging in earning money, sense gratification, then there is no use for us. So he keeps his associates as well for us to get attracted to them, and how this is a practice for us in the human body.
Prabhu, thank you for explaining, but I'm not as intelligent, of course, to understand the last part. Yeah, so my question was, yeah, that is an example practice for us, how it is in Golok Vrindavan. But what I was asking was, so can we, as desires, can we still have still have the desire to be in Vrindavan? So, or then we'll get another body. Or just think to be, leaving this material body. Coming out of this circle of life and death. Should we have that desire, or just for us to I mean, when you're explaining, Meena Mataji, also that we do not appreciate anything else. So though this is Krishna consciousness, but if we appreciate what is happening in Vrindavan, so does it like again become a Sanchita Karma, and then we come again, not get liberated? I mean, liberated in the sense of like living not moksha like in Brahma Jyoti, but coming out of this material life and death circle, and go back to Godhead, as Prabhupada says it. So should we still have the desire or not? I mean, so when we appreciate, I'm not saying that I want a life in Vrindavan, but I'm saying that if we appreciate, so if we appreciate Vrindavan also how it is, I mean, that is an example for us to see how it goes on Nitya Leela. So can we appreciate that or not? So that's my question. Maybe explain, but I could not understand that part.
So in the Vrindavana, everyone are attracted to Krishna doing bhajans and everyone. So we can appreciate those things, and we will also, and there diviva bhuviva mamastu vaso narakeva narakantaka prakamam avadhidita charadhara vindhau charanote marane api chintayami. It doesn't matter if I am in the heaven or hell. I wanted to always glorify the Lord, remember the lotus feet of the Lord. And where is the Lord? He is always in the Goloka University, Akilatma Bhuto. He is in the Golokurunda. I wanted to have a lotus feet of the Lord, then I will go back to Golokurunda. As simple as that. But again, our desires, what is a very complicated thing is our desire. And we do not know what is our desire, because we may be having so many things. If we just give a shape to our desires, we do not know what kind of shape it comes. But Krishna is understanding tam jiva karma padavim anuvartamanaha. He takes that position as super soul and orchestrate the activities. You need to take the body here, either in the Bula Kurundavana or Dwaraka or in the earthly pastimes, or you will be going to the abode of the Lord in the spiritual planets. It is according to our desire only. Again, we can appreciate here and keep our desire that go back to Godhead. That is the ultimate thing. Not to have materialistic body. We wanted to serve, but in an eternal body. Deemanam nagruhnantivina mat sevanam janaha. Even the devotees are given liberation, but they do not desire until they sevyaha, yes, until they complete the devotional service. They do not want to enter into. So that means complete the devotional service here and then go back to Godhead. So that is what it is said. मत्सेवया प्रीत्यन्ते सालोक्यादि चतुष्टयम् नेचयन्ति सेवया पूर्णाः is completeness. नेचयन्ति सेवया पूर्णाः कुतो अन्यत् कालविप्लुतम्. Once we complete devotional service here, then we will be entering into the abode of the Lord. That is the ultimate. Prabhupada says, execute your devotional service, chant 16 rounds, follow the regulative principles, and then back to Godhead. As simple as that. We need to complete that one. So finish your business. Prabhupada said that finish your business here about with that materialistic body.
Yes, Prabhu, these are very subtle things. Our desires, as you mentioned, if we try to draw a picture, I don't know what shape, very, very rightly said. It's very, very subtle, like we have no control. That's the main thing, to control our mind. Even Arjuna was saying it's so difficult to control. It's more easy to control the wind, but mind, it flickers so much. So only when we can control the mind, our desires, like one after another, we renounce and get detached from all these material desires, and then focus on what we actually need to do to go back to Godhead. So thank you, Prabhu. So many questions, sir. Right, but thank you for explaining them very nicely. It's not as intelligent to understand them on our own, but with Guru, it helps so much, like to get clarity. And we are fortunate to have you, especially these Saturday sanghas, to so clear so much of a diet. Even people do have guru, spiritual master, and everything in temple also, but they would do certain shlokas. You can only ask questions from that, and that is also good way schedule. Of course, they can never finish otherwise, and so many people have so many questions. But in our little sangha, we feel so blessed and fortunate to be able to speak out our minds, ask our questions, and that helps to get so much clarity, Prabhu. So my sincere gratitude to you, like it's not enough, like even to show by words, but I genuinely mean them. We learn so much every day, and all these like learning this about the devotees. I mean, one after uh, other the things you introduce, and like nowadays we read the pastimes of these devotees, the appearance and the disappearance, and first we start with Bhagavad Gita, then get a nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam, a bit of Chaitanya, though don't feel qualified enough to even enter Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime, but still trying to listen, not comment yet. But it's much easier when we understand and see these Lord's intimate devotees, how they serve the Lord, how they understand their pastimes. I mean, for mundane people like us, it's much easier to understand than Shastra. So there's so much to take from this. So thank you for introducing this also. And I felt very fortunate to read about Srila Ramananda Rai. So, and he was one of the most closest associates, and like we can understand how when I was just reading, I was thinking so like blissful just to imagine and visualize that Lord is asking somebody that if sometimes even I see a woman, I cannot, like I'm not able to, my senses are not like uh I don't know the exact word to it said, but Ramananda Rai, he's all the time, he's like steady. I also get unsteady, but he gets steady and is asking a devotee, just meeting first time. Of course, Lord, this is all pastime. We understand that Leela, this is arranged, but how these Leelas happen, the sweetness of that, he's asking that leave everything, instructing him to come back to Jagannath Puri, and then we'll live together there. So fortunate and like so blissful just to listen. I mean, read and learn about them. So yeah, thank you, Prabhu, for your endeavors to introduce this and help us give Krishna consciousness. Bite size. They say in like material language, bite size pieces. Like we take some whatever we are able to, but when we learn about Shastra, we are able to still not at the platform of remembering shlokas. When I observe you, like you, uh, sometimes you shlokas you forget, but when you try, you still remember few times you get it, still not at that platform to do that, but on like through the pastimes it touches the heart. That's what I wanted to say. So all glories to your devotional service, and all of us should like glorify Prabhu as much as we can we also three loud hari bols to Prabhu? Hari bol,
Haribol,
Oh,
hari
Hari
bol,
oh,
hari bol.
Haribol.
oh.
Very nice thing, Mataji. It's very nice.
next.
Very true what you say, Mataji. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just want. Yeah, I just want to add, like yesterday there was a sangha, and then like the devotee came from Chopati in Bombay, and the couple, and they were saying that somebody has asked what is important in every daily life, so he just said like sadhu sangha, like sadhana means chanting and hearing every day Bhagavatam, like and also sadhu sangha. So everything we are getting from Prabhuji and our association. So yeah, it's so good.
Yeah,
Whatever they have explained, everything we are doing like day to day. So which
I'm
is
getting your association, Mataji, so I'm fortunate to be here. So we're all exalted devotees. I'm here to be fortunate enough to get your association. Otherwise, the devotees, How do we get devotees? And Gayatri Mataji from Canada, she joins. So it is, we are fortunate. She has read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam completely, along with all purports. And then again, Mataji is joining and always participating very actively. But because with the Japa, she could not join due to the timings. But she is participating in all of our sessions. So it is, devotees come together. Now there is no boundaries. Everywhere in the world they connect. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your association. And it is all glory to Srila Prabhupada and Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and his all devotees. Vande Guru Nisha Bhakta Nisha Mita Avatarakan Tat Prakasham Chitat Chakti Krishna Chaitanya Sanyakam. So this is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami offers his obeisances to Vande Guru Nisha Bhaktan Isham Ishavatarakan Tat Prakasham Chitat Chakti Krishna Chaitanya Sanyakam. So this is all the message of all the gurus and the devotees and Krishna and his pastimes. So we learn every day. And sometimes even below among, if we see there is one person who was always singing, he does not have eyes. He was singing so beautifully absorbed in the temple. I was saying how, but his dress is not looking very great. But I was absorbed by hearing, and then I went there. Who is singing? And then one person, he does not have eyes. His shirt is not like properly dressed, but his singing is so absorbed in glorifying the Lord. In the Lord Venkateshwara temple, there is Srinivasa Mangapuram in the downhills. So there he was singing, and then later I understood that he was blind, and then I understand immediately Billu Mangal Thakur. So because he was attracted to so many of the Chintamani, and then later on that habit continues. Even he went to the Vrindavana, and then later on he went to that woman to whom he was following behind. And when that woman was with her husband, and then she said to her husband that this man is following me, Billu Mangal Thakur. And then Billu Mangal Thakur asked her a pin, hair pin, and then he has just put taken out those eyes or just made himself blind. Later on, because this material world, whatever we see with our eyes, we are immediately deviated. But here, those devotees who does not have eyes, and also in the um, Ayodhya, Ramchandra's temple, Ramlala. So in identifying that place, one of the Ramchandra Bhattacharya, I think, he doesn't have eyes. So, but he's expert in understanding the Vedic. But here, hearing is the very important. Hearing and speaking, those things are essential. But sometimes how fortunate Bilvu Mangal Thakur without eyes and that person without eyes, because they are not seeing, of course, but we can see the Lord, Bhagavan Shabda Gocharaha, through the sound vibrations. So that way, just trying to how this material world is influenced, how people are fortunate to be in the devotees association, singing the glories of the Lord, just only the sound, even though without eyes. And few things to remember. Okay, thank you so much, all the dear devotees. With the devotees only, we can continue our journey, all auspicious journey. And when we hear Mrida Sachimataji, though she is young and is still studying, and her realization is so exalted. She understands the gist, and then always trying to chant early in the morning, waking up early in the morning. The body is not getting cooperated, but she practices in so rigorously in the devotional service. Her intention is this is uncomparable, we would say, for her conditions. It is a very great, exalted position. We hear devotees in a different conditions. When they speak, we understand what is their position. Thank you so much, all the dear devotees, for kindly being allowing me to be with you. Okay, so this is fortunate to be with the devotees. Okay, so we are at 50 minutes past 8 o'clock. If devotees have got anything to share, we shall conclude. So next shloka in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is coming to the Kumaras. They are glorifying the Lord, saying that, "Oh my dear Lord, now we understand what is your position. We have come to Vaikuntha. We have done something knowingly or unknowingly. It doesn't matter for us. Either you wanted to punish us or you wanted to punish Jaya and Vijaya or you wanted to punish us. Both things are good for us." Likewise, these Kumaras are glorifying the Lord. So see here, O Lord, whatever punishment you wish to award to these two innocent persons or also to us, we shall accept without duplicity. We understand that we have cursed two faultless persons. See, they have admitted that Jaya and Vijaya, they have not done any fault. They have simply carried out their duty. Finally, these Kumaras, because they are in associating with the Lord, and now they have come to the position that these are anagas, they are the innocent people. Anagas, sinless people. Jaya and Vijaya, they have not done any mistake, but it is the pastime of the Lord. Yam vanayoho dhammamadisha bhavan vidatte vrittim na tad anuman anuman mahi nirvilekam asmasu asmasu vai अस्मासु वायुभुजितो द्वैतां सदण्डो येनागसु वयम् अयजक्ष्मिः किल्बिषेण. So this is they have admitted that we have cursed this sinless Jaya and Vijaya. We have come to your abode and we have cursed your servants, O my dear Lord. Now we are also in the similar position. If you wanted to punish us, then we are happy to take it. We shall accept without duplicity. So that one we would see in the next week, next Saturday. Later on, Lord says that Tyapo maiva nimitah tad aveta vipraha. But this, whatever you have cursed, it is done by under my supervision. And also it is my wish. You have been used as an instrument that we would see in the later weeks. Okay, so this is what we are going to see in the next week. Until then, I keep this shloka aside. If you are all happy, we shall conclude and continue with further japa, unless you have got any questions or you wanted to share anything else. Okay, we shall conclude. वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री
Hare Krishna, everyone.
प्रभु नित्यानंद।